Welcome back to Word with a Twist Tarot. And today we're going to do a reading on an article that I saw. 'Cause I kind of want to get a little more clarity on it. And this is your first time here, welcome. I'm Kev, and this is Word with a Twist Tarot. And for all my subscribers, thank you so much because without you, this channel wouldn't exist. So I'm going to do something I usually do with the Lenormand deck, where I do three on top and three on bottom. And the question I'm going to tell you here in a minute is about what they want you to think will be on the top and what their actual play is on the bottom. And so, what the article is really focused on was rentals, rental property, apartments, where they're starting to see across the country rents just are going to drop because you're building so many apartment buildings. It's crazy. Nobody can understand why. Even here in Billings, Montana, I'm seeing apartments go up all over the place too, which makes no sense because there's not much here. Now, people are saying it's for growth, or is it because people are not moving to Montana right now? They're actually kind of leaving, and they're saying that it's down by 50%. So, why are they building apartments? What's the play? I also saw another article that talked about the administration in power right now. They want to give 25K to new home buyers but didn't say if they're American citizens or not. And then we're also seeing a lot more people come across the border illegally, just rushing into the country. So is that the first time 25,000 for them? So why do they want to collapse the rental market? Because the landlords are the ones who are going to get hit. The small investor, the Black Rocks and the big banks really don't care. They can afford to take a hit in order to make you foreclose on your property, right? So let's see what they want you to think this decrease, this rental destruction is about, and what really is going on. Okay, so holy shit, two queens. So they want you to think that things are going to be absolutely happy time. It's going to be great. And they're going to give you the perception of the fact, queen upside down, mind, right? Intellect, that communication, that now we're going to stick it to the man. They're going to stick it to the small investor. That's what they're going to say. So it's good news, right? It's all happy times. Great happy times. And that means that you're taking out the small investor, the quote unquote rich, which makes the people who've been brainwashed think that's awesome. So now they can get their cheap rent. They can now get their affordability in place to buy stuff. That's their thinking. That they want you to think. But the question is, even they're going to drop the rents. They mentioned about dropping the price of groceries. No. Did they talk about issue of fixing the inflation with the rates? No, they're still high. Did they talk about dropping property taxes to offset this? No, they didn't. So then, really, who's happy? Because let me tell you something. If you're a renter, it's all great and everything, right? Until you're kicked out too. Now, how can I say that? Because if the investor who owns the property, say it's me or you, small business owner, can't pay the mortgage because the rent has dropped too much, what happens? You get foreclosed on and you lose your property. So at the end of the day, it's actually bad news for everybody. It's not good, but they want you to think it's absolutely brilliant. That's the play. And they also want you to believe what they tell you, which means the truth. They want you to lose sight of it. And how do they do that? Propaganda. Propaganda from the media telling you how great it is to watch rentals drop through the roof because now you're sticking it to the man, the queen upside down of cups. And it's really based around manipulation. So this happy feelings, you're being manipulated. But they want you to believe that everything will be fine. That's the theme. That's the center card. And this is the clarifier to showing you that they really are full of shit. They're not here to help anyone. Because at the end of the day, the renter who's getting these properties, apartments, will not be the citizens of this country. It'll be the people coming across the border illegally. That's the play. No, it's the reality of it. So this is what they want you to believe everything is going to be great, that you're hurting the small business owner, that you're hurting the small investor, right? You emotionally are going to destroy them and make them just be crazy and you'll be happy. That's what they want you to believe. That's not the case. As I showed you, it's manipulation. So what's really going on, everything's flipped. They're going to make sure that the economy is completely out of balance, upside down, and destroyed. And they're going to do it with decision, with precision, not decision, with precision, because they have thought this through. They've thought it through to the T. And they are the ones who are going to be in a position of positivity, because for American people to go broke, you'll be sad, they'll be happy. So it's a land grab. Their position is to take away property from the private small investor. That's the end game here. That's the play. That's exactly what they're going to do. It's not happy. So who's happy? The communists are right here. And I'm not talking about left or right. I'm not talking about blue or red. It's not about that, because today it's all one and the same. And the cards are all flipped. They're all upside down, which means everything's very out of balance. The energy is completely out of whack. And it's really about playing on your heartstrings. Cups are popping up, and the mind. And these cards are upside down. They know exactly what they're doing. They're strategic, and they're going to manipulate you. They're going to make sure that you feel completely out of balance on a spiritual level. They're going to mess with everything that you know and take it away. That's the play. That's exactly what they're going to do. Now, the numbers here are what? We have a 14 for temperance. Is that right? The 10 and the 4. Well, what's a 10 and a 4? What's a 14? That's a 5. Upside. That's chaos. That's a 5. Then you have a 5 here, which is a 10, which is a cycle of chaos. And you have the 5 and the 5 is a 10, with a 2 is a 12. 3, they're going to communicate everything as well, when really they're going to communicate among themselves to destroy you. 3, right? And the 4 is a 7. So they've been studying the market. They know how to bring it down while they tell you everything is fine. They're going to put you in a position of rest because, oh, rents have gone down. You're not going to assess anymore anything, but yet they're assessing the situation very carefully, and they're going to drop the bottom out and give it away. Give it away to those who aren't even citizens of your nation. That's the play. That's the plan. That's what I see. So why don't you go ahead and drop your comments below? And again, you ain't got to be nasty. You don't agree with it, that's fine too. Just say, I don't agree with this, dude. I think you're crazy. Fine. Well, I don't think I'm crazy because I see what's happening. My eyes are opened. Or you can say, yo, dude, I think you're dead on the money here. That's fine too. Anyway, give me your opinion. Give me your thoughts. Drop them. Let's have an open communication here. I'm so sick and tired of left to right crap anyway, where nobody can talk and it's just all down each other's throats. It's just getting on my freaking nerves. So I'm doing these readings, a little bit of the current events, just to make you think and to hopefully drive communication. Anyway, thank you again for joining me here on this short little read with Word with a Twist Tarot. And until next time, I want you all to have a beautiful and happy week. All right. Talk to you later. Bye, everyone.